Rogue Deck Builder here with a set booster box opening. I'm really loving what they did to set boosters. So I guess they heard our complaints about set boosters being hard to ship. They've actually made these smaller than regular booster boxes. So kudos to Wizards for set boosters. So what I'm going to do with this Innistrad Midnight Hunt set booster is that one of the things we do here at Gone Rogue Games is we play a thing called Commander League. It's where you open up a set booster of the latest set, build a commander deck using... first you can use 4 of every copies, and then once you hit a certain threshold of X amount of packs have been added to your pool, then we cut down to 4, 3, 2, 1. I've done videos before on the channel explaining how to play Commander League. I think Commander League is insanely fun. You don't have to worry about Golos bans. You don't have to worry about kind of power level discrepancies between players. You get to experience the new mechanics out of the new sets, and it's super, super fun. I love Commander League. It's my favorite way to play Magic. If you're looking for how to play it, I do have videos on this channel of what we've done here at my store, and I highly encourage you to ask your LGS to start something similar. So we're going to get twofold with this booster box opening. We're going to open up the set booster, see what we got, and I'm also going to show you some ideas when we open the packs of what I would build and how fun I think these ones would be to build. So hoping for a furry commander, get some good werewolf action going. Everyone likes some furry action, and yeah, this should be fun. So if you enjoy these box opens, let me know in the comment section, and we might do more of these type of style in the future. Yeah, alrighty. Let's get on to the pack cracking. So I've sort of looked over the spoilers for the set. Yeah, I don't know a lot of the cards in here, so these are beautiful. I'm loving the lands here. This forest, nice little foil forest. I think these are going to age well. They're very, very pretty. Is this one considered like an etched foil? I'm not sure what how rare these are. We're not big one right off the bat. So we have a Siege Zombie. Tap 3 untap creatures you control. Each opponent loses 1 life. It's a bear. Not bad. Not a bad little zombie there. An Larder Zombie. Tap 3 untap creature you control. Look at the top card of your library. You may put it in your graveyard. It's a 1 mana for a 1/3 defender. Kind of strong in limited, I would say. And then we have the Morquette Behemoth. Man, look at these zombies. That's another thing we like about sets, is because you do get packs that have kind of rolling themes in them, and it's easier to build a commander. So an additional cost to cast a spell, sacrifice a creature, pay 2, has Menace 7/6 for 5. Not really a commander card. Abandon the Post. 2 creatures can't block with flashback. We have Fading Hope. Return a creature to its owner's hand. If its mana is 3 or less, you scry 1. So it's just a strictly better on summon, right? It's pretty cool. You get to scry 1 if its mana value is 3 or less. We have a Dissipate. That was a card that has had a reprint. And, liking these showcases. The Dawnheart Rejuvenator. You gain 3 life and you can add 1 mana of any color. This is kind of this is just a reskin of a card that existed. I'm trying to think of the one that did this not too long ago in a set. Then we have the Bandblade Scoundrel. Yeah, I like these cards. These are pretty snazzy looking. I'm actually really, really liking them. Ooh, autofocus there. The Bandblade Scoundrel, whenever it becomes blocked, each creature blocking gets -1/-1. It has Daybound, and then so it'll flip over to this werewolf. Whenever it becomes block creature -1/-1, and whenever creature blocking it dies, it can lose 1 life. A 5/4. The Burly Breaker. Ward 1. And Nightbound on the back. Turns into an 8/7. And we have the Slogark, the Overslimes. This is our first option for Commander. Whenever a land is put into a graveyard from anywhere, put a +1 counter on it. Pretty cool. Put into your graveyard. Okay. I thought I said a graveyard. And then you can remove 3 1/1 counters to return Slogark to its owner's hand. When it leaves the battlefield, return up to 3 target land cards from your graveyard to your hand. Interesting card. Not sure if it's like where I want Commander to be, unless you could really have a self-mill strategy. This guy could be like a Voltron type commander in Commander League, so definitely that's going to be good. Oh, cool. We have our first foil mythic here with the Enduring Angel with flying, double strike, hexproof. You have hexproof. Flying, double strike, you have hexproof. If your life would be reduced to 0 or less, instead transform the angel and your life total becomes 3. Then if it didn't transform this way, you lose a game, and then you have flying, hexproof, and angel can force its power and toughness each equal to your life, toughness are each equal to your life total, and then whenever it attacks you, double your life total. So pretty good card, of course, in Commander for 5 mana to get like a card that can help protect you from getting killed. All right, we'll go a little bit faster as these booster boxes progress, because we don't want this to be a hour-long video. All right, let's go on to the next stuff. So there's a non-foil version of an island. Definitely think that the foils are where it's at in this one. Wait, is that foily? No, it's not foily. Looked like the stripe was. Target player draws a card and loses 2 life. You draw a card when it dies and lose 1 life. Deals 3 damage to start creature. If it's a werewolf, is dealt this way, destroy it. 1 mana, 3 and tap for a kind of bolt type effect. Destroy creature with toughness 4 or greater for a white card. Enters the battlefield with 1 target creature gets -2/-0 until end of turn. Flash and flying for a 3-drop. And if it's neither day or night, it becomes day. As it enters the battlefield, whenever day becomes night or night becomes day, you draw a card. Kind of cool with manipulating it. So yeah, and that can happen on your opponent's turns too. So that could potentially draw a lot of cards. That would be pretty cool. We've seen this one. All right, not a legendary. I thought this was legendary for a second. Whenever Kessig Naturalist attacks, add green or red to your mana pool, and you don't lose this mana as steps change, and then it turns into other wolves and werewolves. You control it +1 and does the same sort of thing. So kind of neat little card for the werewolf tribal. All right, so the Shady Traveler. A natural growth, double a being of each combat, double the power and toughness of each creature you control. That's pretty cool for commander. It is going to be 5 mana, but all your creatures are going to get big during combat. So that's a pretty cool card. Put it over here with the rares we opened in a duress, kind of like in that art for duress. Okay, we'll kind of fan through these ones a little bit quick. We'll do like one more pack of just showing the mechanics of the set, and then we'll move on. Okay, so I guess I should show these art cards. Nah, no one wants to see art cards. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ooh, loving that swamp. That's some snazzy artwork on it. I haven't looked at these in the spoilers. Oh man. All right, exile a card from a graveyard and add, it helps fix. It's pretty good at the early stages of the Commander League, I would say. If it's neither day nor night, it becomes day. When it becomes day, whenever day becomes night or night becomes day, the top 2 cards of your library, put 1 of them into your graveyard. So white's got a self-milling mechanic, huh? Consider, look at the top card of your library. You may put that card in your graveyard and draw a card. I know people are talking about how this one is potentially bonkers in Modern. It's just strictly better than an opt. Electric Revelation. As an additional cost, cast a spell, discard a card, and draw 2 cards with flashback. Kind of neat. It's what? Faithless Looting is an instant speed, but with a higher cost. We have Ritual of Hope. Creatures you control get +1 until end turn. If you control 3 or more, I guess this is in Faithless Looting because you have to actually discard first. Yeah. Anyway, creatures go +1 until end turn. If you control 3 or more different powers, you get +2/+1 instead. Kathar's Call. It's an aura. Enchanted creature has vigilance. At the beginning of your end step, create a 1/1 human. And we have the Dawnheart Wardens. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control 3 or more creatures, creatures you control get +1/+0. So you got this kind of Coven type ability on the kind of Celestia colors. Adeline Liberator, sacrifice to destroy an artifact enchantment. That's going to be super relevant in Commander. A 2/2 bear too. This card's pretty sweet. And then it actually can flip over to whenever it attacks, destroy target artifact enchantment defending player controls. That's a pretty sweet card. This is a really cool card for Commander. It seems pretty playable in Standard as well. The Shady Traveler, Menace Daybound. What does it turn into? It turns into a 4/4 Menace. We have Deserted Breach. Enters battlefield as kind of the slow lands for the Deserted Breach. And we have another Hound Tamer. Trample, put a +1 counter on target creature, and Daybound. Other wolves and werewolves you control have trample, and then you can continue to put +1 counters on them. Okay, let's go on to the next. So far, only 1 legendary creature that I believe. This might be a tough league if there's not a lot of legendaries in the uncommon slot. That's typically what's been happening with a lot of these sets that they have had plenty. Okay, let's just kind of go through here. We'll fan through them and get to things that I find interesting. There's a lot of werewolves that turn into the Daybound. And we have Disturb too. Disturb is cool. You can cast the graveyard transform. And then, yep, not bad. Kind of a 2-for-1. All right, there's our other legendary creature. We have Jaren, the Corrupted Bishop. It is a 2/3. Whenever it enters the battlefield or another non-token human you control dies, you lose 1 life and create a 1/1 white human creature token. That's pretty phenomenal. So when it enters the battlefield or a non-token human you control dies, create a 1/1 and you lose life. Target human you control gains lifelink until in turn at the beginning of your end step. If you have exactly 13 life, you may pay 5 or 6 to transform it into Ormidal, the Corruptor. Flying, travel, lifelink, sacrifice another creature, draw a card. Okay, this is obviously going to be a great commander to build around. There will be many strategies with this. And then we have a Broodweaver. Dies, create a 1/2 spider token with reach. Pretty cool limited card. And we have a Beast. So that's by far more interesting, I think, than our first commander that we opened. So definitely going to be building that. I typically like to build as many commander decks as possible and build a variety of them for the league. The Unblinking Observer. Let's get going down to the juicy stuff. The Necrosynthesis. Whenever another creature dies, put a +1 counter on this creature. And when enchanted creature dies, look at top X cards of your library, X's power, put one of those in your hand, and the rest on the bottom of your library. Whenever one or more other creatures die, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. Cool, though. It triggers on all your opponent's turns. That's kind of cool. The Ruffian turns into a Smasher. And we've seen the Rejuvenator. We've seen the Shady Traveler. Light Up the Night. Deals X damage to any target. It deals X +1 damage instead if that target is a creature or planeswalker. And then it's got flashback by removing X loyalty counters. So kind of cool if there is a planeswalker that works good with this one. It does scale well. I mean, you're going to be doing less than a shock, but you put 2 mana, it's a shock. 3 mana, it's a lightning bolt. It's pretty good. To a creature anyway, but I don't know. It does seem, yeah, the flashback is where this is going to be, where it's going to shine. That is a rare. And a Morning Patrol. And a card that no one cares about. How to Play card. Another How to Play card. 2 in a row. Alright. Ooh, there's a beautiful Plains. Another foily. Okay, let's go to all the good stuff. Zombie Lord. All your zombies get +1/+0. 2/3 for 2 mana. Not bad. Tireless Holler. Turns into just a Vigilance. Another creature enters the battlefield under control. You gain a life and disturb. Yep, the Lunarch Veteran. And the Burly Breaker. And a rare is Can't Stay Away. Return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. If it would die, exile it, and it's got flashback. Nice little reanimation spell. And we get another rare in this pack with Vigilance. Enters the battlefield to investigate, and as long as you control a token, it gets +2/+0. That is a foil, but you can barely... That is weird foil. It's considered an etched foil. I don't know if people can see this, but it's super dull. Almost feels like it's missing a foil coating. I don't know if they consider that. What do they consider that? Some in the comment section below. It is foily, but it's so super dull, and it's in the slot there, where I'm not sure what that signifies. Super dull. Okay, we got onto Swamp and a Battle Brand. Reprinted a few times this past few years. Moonsaver Key, we get to search a library or for an artifact card reveal that with a mana ability or a basic land. Pretty cool card for just puts in your hand though, but is a way to dig up some cards that do have mana abilities. Bird Admirer, huh? So it admires them and then eats them, huh? Okay, we have another mythic. Let's read this sucker through. 2 mana for a 2/2 haste. Whenever it enters the battlefield, you may pay 3 any number of times. When you pay this cost 1 or more times, put that many +1 counter on a bloodthirsty adversary. Then exile up to that many target instants or sorcery cards with mana value 3 or less in your graveyard and copy them. You may cast any number of them without... Man, this guy's actually pretty good. So it's a haste 2/2, so you can just play it on curve, and it's fine. It's a 2/2 haster. But then if you do run this as a 5-drop, you can hit a lightning bolt. It's a 3/3 and a lightning bolt. That almost feels like Bloodbraid Elf power level. It is 1 more mana. Maybe, yeah. Because you can still see the mana value 3 or less. This card actually seems pretty good. I like this card. And we have the Moonrager Slash. See, you can cast this one. What do they call this one? The Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt. Because on the night it's 1 mana. Next up we have a Forest. And again, we'll just kind of separate these commons. We've seen enough of these commons. Okay, there another legendary creature. This one is the Adeline Resplendent Kathar. So 3 mana, vigilance, power and toughness equal to the number of creatures you control, and whenever you attack, each opponent creates a 1/1 white human creature token that's tapped, and attacking that player or a planeswalker they control. Whenever you attack, for each opponent, create a 1/1 human creature token that's tapped and attacking that player or a planeswalker they control. Kind of cool one. That's another one we'll have to definitely look at to see if we want to build around. Still liking the black one as my go-to. Storm the Festival. Look at top 5 cards of the library. You may put up to 2 permanent cards with mana value 5 or less from among them on the battlefield and put the rest on the bottom. I don't know. This is probably a card that I'm going to be very salty about. I don't like these type of cards. I don't like digging through your library. I guess it's only the top 5 cards of your library though, so the chance of actually hitting things that work with this, yeah, okay. I'm not as salty, but I really I'm kind of sick of cards that make the variance of Magic go down to nil. So we're talking about the ultimatums. I really did not like Yorion Ultimatum. It just got so super redundant. But it's an interesting card, though, with the Storm the Festival. A foil Consider and a Blightsickle. Equip creature gets +1 0 Wither. So this is our first list card. And equip 2. So there's our first list card. Hoping for some... That's another reason why we like set boosters, too. Is because list cards actually give some variety to what you can get. Got a Forest. A Skrillex. Instant sorceries cost 1 less, and whenever you cast an instant sorcery, it gets +2/+0. Okay. Oh, I thought it was a legendary for a second there. Enters the battlefield, you create 2/2 green wolf creature tokens. So this is like the giant, zombie titan. What can I think of it? And it's strictly better too, because whenever it enters the battlefield, create 2/2. I guess when it doesn't attack, you have to flip it for the attack to happen. And whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, create 2/2 green wolves. Another target wolf or werewolf you control fights another creature. So even if this guy flipped, he's pretty sweet. This should hopefully bring back some mid-range type feel to standard. Okay, so let's put this up here with the rares. Sludge Monster enters the battlefield or attacks, put a slime counter. Non-horror creatures with slime counters on them lose all abilities and become base power of 2/2. And the Spell Rune Painter. Whenever casting a sorcery spell, it gets +1 on end of turn. It has Daybound, which +2/+2 every time you cast a spell. Alright. Got ourselves an island. We have the Organ Hoarder. And another Naturalist. Another Hauler. Look at top 2 cards of target opponent's library. Exile one of them face down and put the other on the bottom of that library. You may look at it and play the exile card as long as it remains exiled and spend any mana, and then it's got flashback. So it's sort of card advantage. This is a lot of mana, though, to go through 4 cards, and then your opponent has to be playing cards you want to actually play in your deck. Don't know how I feel about that card. We do have another list card, though. We have a Fodder Cannon. Sacrifice a creature. Fodder Cannon deals 4 damage to target creature. That's actually not too terrible with this commander. It's actually not bad with the other one, too. It's a good way to shoot stuff down. So, another list card there with the Fodder Cannon. We have a Startle. And we've seen this Warlock. Draw a card and transform it. Transform. Tap target non-land permanent, transform it. So it's a way to, kind of a card advantage, kind of big mana dump. Alright, the Grafted Identity. You have to sacrifice a creature, and then you get to gain control of a creature, and it gets +1/+1. Pretty sweet card. And there's a flip card. Oh, it's kind of a boring-ish pack. Oh, see, this is perfect for our commander. When it enters the battlefield, if an opponent lost a life, create a 1/1 black bat creature token. So then, I guess, wait, it's a non-token. When a non-token dies, create a human. Okay. These white ones are so weird. I always try to put them in green because it's got this like green writing on there. Maybe I did on some. Okay, we got another legendary. Sweet, and it's 2 colors too. So, Denic Pious Apprentice. Lifelink cards in graveyards can't be the target of spells or abilities, and then Disturb. Whenever one more creature cards are put into a graveyard from anywhere, investigate. This ability triggers only once each turn. And then if a Denic Pious Apparition would be put in a graveyard from anywhere, exile instead. It's kind of cool as a commander, though, because you can use the Disturb and then transform it. And then if it does die, it can just go back to the command zone. And then you can just pay the excess commander cost here and get some value out of this guy. So not bad. Not a bad option. And oh, cool. So this is cool. This is awesome about Commander League, is this is eligible. Corvold of Fakehurst, or a Fakehurst King. So this one will be definitely interesting to play. Gives me access to 3 colors right off the bat. Yeah, sweet card for list. So typically I like to stay within the new mechanics and stuff, but this one should be fun too. There is a bit of a sacrifice element in this set. Stuffed bear. See, there's a, whenever you sacrifice another creature, you gain 1 life and scry 1 and has sacrifice, but wrong color for the dragon. So is this another, no, okay, so this is a list card. They added it so you can get commander cards in here. Exchange control of 2 target creatures you don't control, and then flashback for 10. If this spell costs X less to, cast this, where X is the greatest mana value of a commander you own on the battlefield or in the command zone. So pretty cool. You can exchange in exchange for cheap if you have an expensive commander. And we also have another legendary. This is one of the most anticipated cards out of the set. Spells can't be countered, and each instant sorcery card in your graveyard has flashback. That's going to be a fun one to build. So we got some good options here. I was worried there for a second. We do have another another list card with the Rift Watcher. Worried there for a second that we weren't going to have a lot of commanders, because it doesn't seem like there's uncommon commanders in this set. But we pulled plenty to work with. Pulled plenty. Okay, let's go through this again. What does this do? Is this the cost of cast a spell sacrifice, exile non-land permanent flashback? That card's sweet. I need to go through some spoilers. I really need to look at some spoilers. Oh, sweet. Another legendary. Sarth the Vampire, the Viper's Fang. Other tap creatures control have Death Touch, and other untapped creatures control have Hexproof. So that's the way to get that Kaldheim card to actually work, huh? Untap another target creature or land you control for 1. It's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet card. Another option. Fateful Absence, destroy target creature or planeswalker. Its controller investigates, but 2 mana. That is sweet. That's a pretty cool card. They will get like card advantage, but it does require them to still pay 2. I actually like this as a tempo card. I actually like it. Wow, I need to really go look at the spoilers. Didn't do a spoiler video. Things have just been busy. Busy. Really want to get back to new videos. I always say that. I know I do, but life, man. Life gets busy. Okay. See our rare. In this one, yay, another legendary. Gissa, Glorious Resurrector. So if a creature or an opponent controls would die, exile instead. Be your upkeep, put all creature cards exile with Gissa, Glorious Resurrector on the battlefield under their control. They have decay. That's going to be so hard to choose a commander, because this one is just totally a Kevin card too. Ugh. Beautiful card. That's going to be fun to play with. Oh man, that is just so cool. Wow, that card's amazing. We'll see what we do. We'll see what we build. Interloper got a reprint, huh? Thermal Alchemist got a reprint. Wow, I do. I need to look at the spoilers. That's cool. This saw play last time around. It's kind of exciting though to see cards for the first time by opening a box and looking at spoiler season. Again, I have nothing against it. It's just I've been that busy that it's just, yeah, I can look at spoilers. Protection from werewolves. Human creatures control have add 1 mana of any of these creatures' colors, and then you can put a +1 counter on each creature. Another kind of fun one. This is definitely a fun commander card to build around. Cool. And a Veil of Summer as the list card. The Veil of Summer. That's still banned in Pioneer, one of the sets. Banned in Standard at one point. Okay, so we got the Plains. Another stuffed bear. Poor bear. Plant Horror. The Scoundrel. A Specialist enters the battlefield. Each opponent creates a 1/1 human creature, and whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, put a +1 counter on it. Neat little commander card, I guess, I suppose. Defenestrate. Destroy target creature without flying for 3. Don't know why that one caught my eye. As I'm not looking at comments. We're just kind of looking for the juice in this. We have the Reckless Stormseeker. Being of comment on your turn, target creature you control gets +1/+1 haste. Wow, that's super strong. And Daybound. Being of comment on your turn, target creature you control gets +2/+0 and trample and haste if it is able to flip. Pretty powerful little standard card for sure. Our limited, very powerful limited card. Standard, we'll have to see. It still dies to a lot of 3-mana removal spells. But it can give target creature. So, being of comment on your turn, target creature gains. So it can target itself. So it's a 3/3 haster for 3 if there's no other target. That's actually a pretty good card. Okay. Purifying Dragon. 1 damage target creature defending by controls. If that creature is a zombie, it does 2 damage. Sacred Fire. 2 damage to any target. You gain 2 life with flashback. Our rare is target creature gets -5/-5 and creature tokens get negative. Oh, choose one. Target creature gets -5/-5 or creature tokens get -2/-2. Kind of nifty. Man, we were a streak there of getting 2 rare packs, and now we haven't got a 2 rare pack for a while. Okay, let's see where we're at. Looks like green is by far the most color we've opened. I'm looking at all these piles here. We have the Falconwrath Pit Fighter. Discard a card, sacrifice a vampire, draw 2 cards. Activates ability only if opponent lost life, but this is a 2/1 with an upside. Pretty sweet. Discard a card, sacrifice a vampire, and it can sacrifice itself. That's pretty cool. Discard a card, sacrifice a vampire, draw 2 cards. So if you actually have like a bolt, and this guy can't get... So it can get in when your opponent doesn't have a blocker, but your opponent inevitably puts out something that you can't power through. This is just bolt your opponent, pay 2, draw 2 cards. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. And it's got the sacrifice for the Corvold Fakehurst King. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, you know what? This one will make a good one. Maybe my little vampire commander, because... Or a werewolf commander, because it does have the werewolf... does have the colors. Got a bunch of these naturalists. Bunch of them. Rite of Harmony. Whenever a creature or enchantment enters the battlefield, under your control, you draw a card. This turn, whenever a creature or enchantment card enters the battlefield under your control, this turn, draw a card. I thought it was an enchantment that stayed out. And then flashback. Pretty sweet, though. Yeah, it's pretty sweet, because that hits creature... Yeah, it hits tokens. And we also have the Burn Down the House. Burn down to house! 5 damage to each creature and each planeswalker for 5 mana, or create 3/1/1 red devil creature tokens with when this creature dies, it deals 1 damage. Not a bad card. Nice little board wipe for 5. Hits the dragon in standard. That should see play. And we have the Soulcatcher's Airy. Whenever bird is put into your graveyard from play, put a feather counter on it, and all birds get +1/+1. I don't think there was a lot of birds in this set, so kind of a dud of a list card. On to the next one, we have Shipwreck Marsh. As this is the first one we've seen of full art. That's cool. And we got another Burn Down the House. We'll be burning down the house in this league. And Arcane Teachings. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and has this creature deals 1 damage to our creature or player. So now if I could just get a Nimazet, we could go. What is it? Whenever it untaps it, whenever. No, I still need a way to untap. Arcane Teachings. Sunrise Cavalier. Travel haste if it's neither day or night becomes day. Whenever day becomes night or night becomes day, ++++ counter on target creature control. Trample and haste. Pretty sweet card. Dang, I'm liking this set so far. Okay, we got the Lissia Forgotten Archangel. Flying lifelink, whenever another non-token creature you control dies, return that card to its owner's hand. And if a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it. Another super fun commander. Oh, this is going to be rough. This is going to be rough. I might start with this one just because it allows me to use black and white, and that way I can run some of the cool black and white cards. But yeah, wow. If it's no surprise, black is my favorite color. I love how it works. So we have a lot of black commanders to actually work with in this league. We have the Sun Gold Sentinel. Whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, exile up to one target card from a graveyard and choose a color. Sun Gold Sentinel gains hexproof from that color until end of turn and can't be blocked by creatures of that color. Activate only if you have 3 or more different ones. 3/2 for 2 mana is super good. Got that added way of exiling stuff. Pretty playable card. Couple more packs to go. And hey, they reprinted Vivisection, huh? That's pretty cool. Add 1 mana of any color and transform it. Lands you can draw, add 1 mana of any color, 5/6. Okay, we got Sigarda. We got Sigarda now, which is another option for those Celestians. Trample, flying trample, humans get +1/+1. And whenever attacks, if you control 3 or more different powers, look at the top 5 cards of your library, reveal a human creature card from among them, put into your hand. So fix Winota, huh? Doesn't... That power level is so trash compared to Winota. It's still a good card, but that's funny how just insanely powerful Winota was compared to Sigarda. I guess with this one you can just stick in tribal though. But we've come a long ways with cheating creatures directly into play when they have to go to their hand. Mountain. Evolve in Wilds. This is the first Evolve in Wilds I've hit. That's one thing about going with the set boosters. You get a lot more uncommons than you do commons. Alright, another legendary. Flying Haste. If a spell would deal damage to you or another permanent you control, prevent that damage. If a spell would deal damage to an opponent or permanent opponent controls, deals damage +1. 2/3 Flying Haste. Pretty cool. And we got the Huntmaster again. This time in Foily Showcase. We got a nice little shiny mountain. It's only the 3rd one I've got so far. So, I guess they are pretty rare in the scope of things. Brutal Kathar. Whenever it enters the battlefield or transforms into Brutal Kathar, exile target creature opponent controls until it leaves the battlefield. And it transforms into a 3/3. First strike ward, pay 3 life. Not bad. Alright, what are we looking for? What's the most expensive card in this set? I'm not even sure. I'm sure. I haven't even looked at prices. Unruly Mob got a reprint, huh? The Visions of Glory. Create a 1/1 white creature token for each creature you control for 5, and then it's got flashback with that commander. Sweet. So that actually works really well with like the Sigarda. Reduces the cost quite significantly. Creates a bunch of tokens. This should be a fun one to run with it. And like I said, I'll probably be running Sigarda because it doesn't compete with colors right now. This blue one actually seems like the only blue thing that I have going for me, so this guy looks good too. But it should be it's gonna be rough to decide from there on like which of the black commanders I want to go, what route I want to go down. We have the Smoldering Egg. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell, put a number of Ember counters on Smoldering Egg equal to the amount of mana. Then if there are 7 or more Ember counters, you transform it into a dragon. When you cast an instant sorcery spell, it deals 2 damage to any target. This is actually a pretty sweet card to come out on turn 2. And then, yeah, it's not bad. It can block for a while. And 7's not that hard because it gets amount of mana spent. That's easy to flip this sucker. I guess there's a bird in the set. A Cranial Plating as our list card. That's pretty sweet. Too bad it's not an artifact heavy set. Too bad. Jack-o'-lantern. All right, we have Jadar, Gulkar, and Nephalia. At the beginning of your end step, if you control no creatures with decay, create a 2/2 with decay. Kind of sweet. So it comes out, put a 2/2 at the end. That's not bad value. Not bad value at all. Put that as another eligible one. And we have one more pack after this sucker. So, Field of Ruin got a reprint, huh? Legendary Artifact. Equip creature gets flying and lifelink. Whenever you equip creature dies, you may pay X life or X's power. If you do, draw X cards. It's going to be a huge limited bomb. Limited bomb there. Last pack. Let's hope for something good. Oh, there we go. Perfect. So we have the Elios Nephalia Sleuth. Whenever another creature you control dies, investigate. And whenever you sacrifice a token, surveil 1. Pretty strong. Another one in black that's definitely Catnip Kevin card because it deals with sacrificing and investigating. And yeah, I'm glad I opened up this one. Again, it's going to be a headache though of what route I go because this allows blue and black, which actually seems like a pretty fun color combination in this. Yeah, it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough which one I choose. And we'll have an updated video of how I choose and whatnot. And we have the Suspicious Stowaway. Can't be blocked whenever it deals combat damage to player. Draw a card, then discard a card. Pretty sweet. And turns into a... deals combat damage to player. Draw a card. Wow, I like this as a tempo card. Really like this as a tempo card in Standard. Huh. I'll have to brew with this sucker. And there you have it. So, going overview of the eligible commanders, we do have this Slogark. I don't really think Slogark's the right route to go. If I were to narrow it down to ones I'm excited to build around, Lear looks really, really cool with instant sorceries, but I probably can't have enough blue cards right now to actually build a commander deck. Obviously not. Actually, I'm looking at the pool. Elios would definitely be good if I don't go. Same thing with black. So, it's going to be right now, probably 2 colors is a must. We have a lot of options that seem fun. Definitely fun to build. It'd be between these ones here with Sigarda. Sigarda Champion Light seems fun with a humans build. Korvold actually seems super fun. I could go werewolves with this. It's in the 3 colors that werewolves are really in. With the black actually did have some werewolves. We have the Lasay Forgotten Archangel, which is fine. It doesn't synergize with some of the black cards that want our opponents dying. And then, yeah, I think I'll start off with this one for sure. This one actually seems like the most fun to start building around, and I'll give you some results for it. So that's been my set booster box for Innistrad. Looks like a fun set. I've actually been quite impressed with the limited from Magic the Gathering. So give credit where credit's due. They've knocked out of the park with limited and some of this, like the set mechanics and things like that. At least with these more recent sets. However, Standard still struggles, and and Commander at this point is just so crazy that I just have no desire to play Commander. So this Commander League is really, really fun. It's a change of pace, slows things down. You get to establish more big board states and more politicking and things like that, which I do enjoy in multiplayer. I don't enjoy Commander that is just all wombo combo and then someone goes off on a turn and you're like, oh, that was a big waste of time. Anyway, my opinion. You don't have to like it. It's been Kevin with Rogue Deck Builder. Thanks for watching.